The biggest thing with wholesaling in this business is confidence. You need to walk into that room, that appointment, and close the deal. And if you're like, oh, I've never done this before, I've only done 2 houses, and you're thinking that in your head, they're like sharks, man. They know what you're thinking. They can tell this person's not real. I'm gonna call the next wholesaler. My name is Matt Piche, AKA the Fruitful Investor. I grew up in a middle-class family, and all I've ever wanted was freedom. By the age of 30, I became a self-made multi-millionaire, all from real estate investing. Follow me on my journey to travel the world when I want, where I want, while continuing to build a killer real estate business. Let's get it. What's up, Fruitful Investors? In this video, we'll be talking about what you should do before you become a wholesaler. Last week's video was talking about how wholesaling or wholesalers are ruining the real estate investing industry. It was a banger of a video. We got so many sweet comments. So I just want to expand on what I was really talking about, what the message I really want to get across on what you should do before you become a wholesaler. 'Cause I'm not saying you shouldn't become one. Wholesaling is amazing. You just got to do it in the right order in order to almost guarantee success. And that's what I want you guys to do, is succeed. So before you become a wholesaler, here's what you should do. Again, expanding on last week's video. So if you didn't see that, go watch Wholesalers Are Ruining the Real Estate Investing Industry. That was a sweet video. Okay, so what we want you to do before you do that is make a lot of money first. So what I was talking about in the last video was the net worth. I want you to have at least a $1 to $2 million net worth before you even think about wholesaling and picking up the phone and taking calls from sellers. Why? As I said in the last video, I want you guys to get actually wealthy. Don't be chasing cash. Right now, like I said, it's so trendy to be a wholesaler. Everybody and their goddamn mother, their brother, and their uncle are wholesalers. Oh, Uncle Joe, I didn't know you were a wholesaler. Me too. That's what's going on. It seems like everybody's a fucking wholesaler. It seems like it's so easy. It's so easy. You can just do it from your laptop, part-time, 2 hours a week. It's so easy to wholesale. Dude, no, it's not. It's incredibly hard and skillful to be a good wholesaler. So what I want you to do is actually become wealthy. And if you have a $1 to $2 million, this is what ties this in. If you have a business that size, you only got there because you know what you're doing. You got systems in place, you know how to renovate homes, you know how to run estimations on how much it's gonna cost to renovate this house. I've done it like 5 times before, or like probably 10 times to get $1 million net worth. I've done it so many times. I got the team of contractors, I got the private lenders on lock. People know who I am because I had so much success in real estate. I can get private money like no business. Everybody knows me, I've done well. Okay, now you're ready to become a wholesaler. Now you can walk into the seller's home with confidence and actually close deals, because you actually can. When you're at a zero net worth and you're 23 years old and you're like, I saw some guy on YouTube talk about wholesaling, I want to do it too. Dude, you have no credibility. Like, I'm not saying you can't do it, but you think the seller is going to likely do deals with you? Of course they will sometimes, but the likelihood, probably not. They can sense confidence in people. The biggest thing with wholesaling in this business is confidence. You need to walk into that room, that appointment, and close the deal. And if you're like, oh, I've never done this before, I've only done 2 houses, and you're thinking that in your head, they're like sharks, man. They know what you're thinking. They can tell this person's not real. I'm gonna call the next wholesaler. So get your stuff together. So when you have the $1 to $2 million net worth, you've actually built a business before, so you can do it again. So that's the biggest piece there. I'm gonna go on to the next thing. And what you should be able to do is, before you become a wholesaler, just a side note here, you should be able to spare $10K a month like it's nothing. And it won't really impact you. Like for me specifically, a minimum of what we're spending on marketing a month to really be a wholesaler and a flipper, we're spending $10K or more. So like my whole strategy, straight up, I shouldn't be saying this, but like my whole strategy with wholesaling in my area is just outspending every motherfucker in my area. I'll outspend everybody. That's just that's what I do. And that's what you need to do to get market domination. Like for sellers to know and trust you. Like I said in the last video, it takes a seller at least 7 to 8 times to get your flyer and then finally trust you. Now you'll get a couple deals in there. Obviously the really motivated people will get your flyer once and be like, oh, I gotta fucking sell, thank God I got this, ring ring, and they'll call you. Of course, we'll get some of those. But to really build a business where the tidal wave really starts to come and crash, now your business is crushing, It takes a seller at least 8 times to get your specific flyer and go, I've seen this like 8 times. Now I trust them. I thought they were a scam like the first 4 times, but they keep sending me this. They must be legit. Now I'm gonna call them. That's legit the whole wholesaling business. And if you don't have the money to just keep pushing every month and just market domination, like if you're just like, I'm just gonna send out 3,000 flyers and see what happens. I'm just gonna try it. I saw this guy on YouTube do it. He sent out 10,000 flyers and made 30 grand. I can do that too. Likely not gonna happen. You're just wasting your money, like I said in the first video. You're fucking everybody, all the wholesalers, including yourself, in that town, because you're just saturating the market. You're giving the sellers, because we're in a hot market right now, in the normal real estate market. Now it seems like the private market is also hot as shit, because all the sellers are getting all these flyers. Everybody wants to buy my house. Investors and homeowners. I'm gonna stick to my guns. That's literally what's happening right now in the market. So you're just fucking everybody, yourself included, if you're just like, I'm just gonna try it. Be real and then get into the business. Now, if you can spare 10,000 bucks a month and it's really nothing, like if you spend 10 grand a month on marketing and nothing came from it for 4 months in a row, would you be okay? If the answer is fuck no, I only make 40 grand a year. If you can't do that, you're not ready, in my mind. You're not ready to actually be a real wholesaler and crush this business. It's a little tidbit of like what we're doing in business. That's what I recommend. Market domination in wholesaling is super, super important. Okay, so after you've built the net worth portion of your business and you're crushing, now we move to flipping. Like I said, you have the team in place, you got the money to spare on marketing, you can actually close. People know you, they trust you, you'll get private money to close the deals, you'll have partners over here, you can actually close deals, and you know what you're doing. Now you're ready for flipping. Why? This business is advanced. Sorry, everybody's making it seem like wholesaling is so fucking easy. It's literally one of the hardest positions in the real estate investing spectrum, is to be a wholesaler and a flipper. Super advanced on both accounts. It takes so much skill to be a negotiator and actually close deals. It takes an insane amount of skill. And it's like skill that you always have to continue learning, because you'll just never be good enough. That's how hard it is. You'll never be good enough. You always have to continue learning. Whereas buying, rental properties is so easy. You run the numbers. Is it in a good area? Yes. Will it attract a good quality tenant? Yes. Can I get a mortgage with myself or a partner? Yes. Done. Buy the property. Wholesaling and flipping, dude, totally different thing. Is the market the right way? I gotta renovate the exact right way for the right clientele. I gotta pick it up at the exact right price. If I overpay, I'm screwed. If I underpay, that's better. I gotta know when I gotta underpay, when I gotta overpay, etc. There's all these factors when it comes to wholesaling, getting a good deal to actually wholesale it to another investor where they're not gonna lose money and you're not screwing them. Because if you oversell to them, they're never gonna work with you again and they're gonna just destroy your business, right? So that's not good. So we need to know exactly what we're doing before we start flipping and wholesaling. And the only way to do that is experience. So that's why I say, get to the $1 to $2 million net worth, that has to equal that you know what you're doing. Now you're ready for the big game, the big boy and the big girl game, okay? And then also, what I really recommend before you start wholesaling is making at least 30 to 50K in active cash, in active income every month. Make 30 to 50K. So that means you're probably flipping. It's the only really way to make that much money actively. But you're like, Matt, how do you flip without getting your own wholesales? Buy deals from other wholesalers when you're starting off. You're learning the system off of their backs, right? So you've built the buy and hold system. Now you're like, now I'm ready to flip. Okay. Every wholesaler out there, send me your deals. Then you start buying the deals. You start flipping. You're getting success. The lenders are trusting you. Hey, I saw a couple of your flips on YouTube. You know what you're doing. When you find your next flip, let me know. I'll fund you. Okay, now you're ready for the wholesaling to find your own deals. You've built your track record. You've built your name. You've built success. You're making a ton of money. The biggest reason why, if you make 30 to 50K a month, now you can spend that 10K a month on marketing and it's nothing. If you lose the 10K, if nothing comes from it, you'll make up for it next month. It takes months and months and months for the tidal wave, the back end to come, for the calls to start coming in. People start trusting you. So it's gonna take months of spending 10K a month minimum to build a real long-term flipping business, okay? We'll get deals in between there, but the real deals come later when they see your flyer over and over and over again. It takes time. You're playing chess, like I said at the beginning. Once you start making this much money a month and you have the $1 to $2 million net worth, now you're ready. Now get the courses. Now listen to the people on YouTube saying, wholesaling is easy. Yeah, it's easy when you've done it for 10 years and you know how to negotiate, you know how to value houses, how to close houses. If you're at zero net worth and you're like 20, like I said, 20 years old, which again, I was a 20-year-old investor, dude. I'm not saying you can't be successful. I love young hustlers. I was one of them. But let's be real. If you're 21, 22, 23, 24, and you have zero properties or one or two, you don't know how to not make mistakes. The big mistakes, overpaying, how to renovate, how to hire the right contractors, design, etc. That's an advanced skill to learn. And it normally takes experience in order to learn those things, i.e. years, five to 10 years at least of like full-on investing, studying, immersion into real estate investing. Now you're ready to step up to the big boy and big girl plate and take a swing at wholesaling. Anyway, guys, I just want you to be like almost guaranteed successful. That's the whole basis of my life and investing strategy and the YouTube channel. I want to educate you to the point where it's like almost impossible for you to screw up and lose money. And a lot of people I find are doing this backwards. They're building the active income first, the active income business first, and then they're like, with the money I make, I may invest in buy and hold real estate, but I'm probably gonna buy watches and cars instead. Okay, you see what I mean? So build the business first, the real long-term wealthy business, then the active business. That's just my thoughts. That's what I've done. It's worked out super well. My clients and partners also are doing the same thing, working out for them as well. I must be onto something. I don't know. Dude, it's basic economics and basic business. I didn't make up that strategy. I just listened to other people, my elders who were before me, who said, Matt, build a buy and hold business first, then active. I was like, okay. And it worked. Okay. Anyway, guys, that's the video. If you liked it, smash that like button. Also hit that subscribe button right below so we can see more of each other. I'll see you in the next video.